No shirt Saturday. You know, it's like 49 degrees outside, but it's nice and humid in here. I like to pride myself in making my own ecosystem. Loners like to do that. But other than that, everything is pretty much prison related today, including my Manny Pacquiao body. But if you're new to the channel, we talk about all things lockup related. If that's what you're into, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Eat prison food all day. So I guess someone said to this guy to eat prisoners' food for the whole day. He likes to talk about people last meals and stuff as well. I think this is the same guy. But the reason why this video is coming your way is because he attempted to make a tray, a prison tray from the streets, and it's damn close. It actually looks like one of my favorite trays when I was locked up.
Eat prisoners' food for the entire day. For breakfast, we got some meatloaf, mashed potatoes, piece of bread, corn, and some almond milk. Try out our meatloaf first.
Whoa, hold on, almond milk? I ain't have no damn almond milk. That shit right there, he says meatloaf. Nah, when I was locked up, we called that Sally's Berries. Everybody wanted old Sally's Berries, didn't we? Salisbury, for those that don't understand street. But man, I loved them. They gave me horrible indigestion, but I would just keep on eating them. Brake pads, we used to call them brake pads as well. Anybody out there call them brake pads? Shit, I'm about to sip this damn 2-day-old water. Where's my coffee at? Oh, way over here. Hold on, y'all. Secure team, coffee mug. Okay. Salisbury. But he said buttermilk? What milk? Almond milk? I ain't never had no damn almond milk. It must be the feds.
Oh, it's not bad. Some mashed potatoes, piece of bread.
Man, I used to love mixing that brake pad with the mashed potatoes and make a sandwich. Damn!
Corn. I'd be pretty fucking happy if I was a prisoner. For lunch, we got breaded fish, collard greens, refried beans, rice, and a banana. Put the fish on it. Gotta stay healthy in prison. Got the collard greens.
See, a lot of this stuff is right. But over here in Virginia, we have what we call a state farm. And a lot of states have this, where they grow their own greens and corn. And, you know, it doesn't look as pretty as that. Well, actually, it does look pretty when you get it. But once you start eating, like, the greens and stuff, you start finding ladybugs and mosquitoes in it and shit. You just keep on eating, though. A lot of guys think it's extra protein, but really, it's nothing. It ain't doing nothing, man. I don't think it is. But yeah, we got corn. We got the greens. We find rocks in them, too, man. You know how many people I know chipped a tooth off a rock in their greens? So this guy's kind of getting it right. Just, I'm sure it's the stuff he's using is good produce, you know?
A little bit of rice. We got the refried beans. Gotta keep the potassium up in the penitentiary. For dinner, we got spinach, black beans, a piece of whole wheat bread, chicken and mac and cheese.
Chicken and mac and... Okay, yeah, I ain't had none of this besides, you know, the apple and
bread.
An
apple a day keeps the inmates away. So it's horrible. Ugh. Give you random spinach. They be feeding prisoners a lot of beans, man. I feel hella bad for my cellmate, bro. I'd be ripping ass all night. Not bad overall, though.
Man, they do. He's definitely true. They do bean the shit out of you. If you don't like the tray that they have, they always have a bean line. You can get beans and rice. Whenever they have like something really filthy, disgusting, like beef stroganoff, man, I can't stand beef stroganoff, at least in prison. Now, I won't eat it out here in the streets because I was so scarred from it in prison. That meat in prison too, meat rock. Oh my god, disgusting. It ain't the same as damn brake pad.
Got out of prison. The first night I got out, my friends bought me an $80 hooker. I went and saw my parents. I put my bags down. I gave my mother a kiss. I drive over to my friend Zach's house. I get there. It's 5 of my friends welcoming me home. I felt like Ray Liotta in Goodfellas after he gets out. You know what I mean? Hey, Johnny, how you doing? They're grabbing my cheeks and shit. They go, hey, we got you a girl. She'll be here in a half an hour. She's taking the bus. I said, oh, well, I'm happy you guys really splurged for my homecoming. My friends bought me an $80 bus stop hooker.
They gave my HRT, let us be us, Jane. Hey, they got HRTs out in California. That's what they call the bus system out here, HRT. And on the side of the old ones, it used to say HRT, let's us be us. And you see guys rolling up off the bus with J's in their mouth and shit. That damn bus damn sure does. But you know what kind of vibes I get when I listen to this dude? Big shout out, man. Maybe gotta have a recap with them when I start doing some interviews again. But Ryan Leone. Is that how you pronounce? I still don't know how to pronounce your damn name, Ryan. Leone? I've interviewed him. He was from California. He has some wild ass damn stories. That's like an understatement. His stories are out there, man. Shit. But this guy gives me a Ryan vibe, man. Might be cousins or something. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I call state struck as shit or straight up cap. I don't like using cap because a lot of people like to use the word cap. Back in my days, the only time we use that word is busting a cap. At @2nd_Chancer, dude, I think you are straight cap. There ain't no way this guy's doing this shit. But you know what? Who knows? You know, I'm not gonna put it past anybody. Anything is possible nowadays in people's minds. He's gonna name what he does after doing so much time in prison. You know, some people they'll still sit down to piss when they get out in the streets. But what does this guy do?
Weird habits that I picked up in prison, and since we're going away for my birthday tomorrow, I wanted to go ahead and answer. I always forget to turn off sinks and showers because for 19 years we had buttons that we pressed that automatically turned off. So I leave the shower, I leave the sink running, and I expect it to turn off because that's how it was for all those years.
You mean to tell me that you literally get out of your shower now at home without turning off the water? Is it just me, or like even in prison, right? I would let the water turn off while I'm in the shower, and then I would shake off like a dog, you know what I mean? Because I don't like to get my towel super wet and drenched and soaked in case I have to use it the next day because laundry ain't coming for 3 days. I don't know, but this dude don't shake off or let drip dry or nothing because, you know, you got to turn off the shower in order to drip dry a little bit. I don't see anybody just walking straight out of, opening up the shower curtain, walking straight out and just leaving the water running. I can't picture that, man. I cannot. Dude, I gotta call it how it is. For me, at least, that shit's straight cap.
I still feel incredibly uncomfortable every time I get into a shower, even in my own house, without shower shoes or flip-flops, because it just doesn't feel right. And then the other thing is about food. So the chow hall opened and closed at a certain time. Or like they would call chow and then the chow line would end. So when people say, oh, let's get something to eat at 6, I'm there at like 5:58, like ready to go in because I'm thinking I gotta get in line and they're gonna be behind me blowing a whistle and telling me to...
Dude, you gotta go to a fucking psychiatrist. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just ragging around now. Bragging around. But for real, bro, you gotta go see a psychiatrist. But I was dead serious when I said you need to go see a psychiatrist, man, because you got some issues.
Me to clear the chow hall, and even though it's not a conscious thing, like I feel like food is a rush and I tend to get in, eat as fast as I can and get out. And I'm really struggling to just relax and like enjoy dinner with somebody or enjoy dinner at home because I do it in my own place.
Now that is something I can go for. That's something that I actually do. When I go to restaurants, it don't matter where I'm at. I'm scarfing the food down, man. Prisoner is brutally honest and tells interviewer he belongs in prison and why. This dude's smoking the finest. Finest of Elmers.
That kid, to me now, 32 years old, that kid's gone. I'm not saying I'm rehabilitated. You know.
You're not saying that?
No, I'm not.
Huh.
But I am
Why
saying...
not?
Because I'd be bullshitting you. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
I ain't rehabilitated, though. I've been here for 40 years. I ain't rehabilitated, though. What? Why, sir? Why? How? 'Cause I be bullshitting, dog. I've been bullshitting for 40 years, bro. That's what I do.
I'm the kind of guy that does need to be in prison.
Why are you the kind of guy who needs to be in prison?
Because I'm the kind of guy, if I get fired from a job and I can't find a job, I'll do it the legal way, try to get a job, and I can't find a job, and I can't pay my bills, I'll go get a gun and I'll pay my bills.
How many of y'all can co-sign to that? You know how hard it was for me to not do that thing and just keep on working a funky-ass sub shop for 2 years? With damn high school kids, fresh out of prison. I remember this one dude hit some spice, man, and he got up in the damn sink. But I'm veering off like hell. This guy's absolutely right, though, man. You know, if worse came to worse, get it by any means necessary, right? Especially when you got a lot of mouths to feed. But you can't think like that, man. You can't think like that. Even if you gotta work and bust your ass at a damn McDonald's, man. And no disrespect to them people out there in McDonald's working, man. They're getting banked right now. Seems like nobody wants to work nowhere for the most part, so they're paying overtime type prices. I wonder in like 20 years from now, McDonald's workers get paid like $200 an hour. Now, I've done a video on this guy already, but let's go ahead and just watch his funny ass one more time.
Man is serving a life sentence for murder.
I'm sorry, I'm a little body conscious, as you can see.
I'm sorry, I'm a little body conscious, as you can see. The beach is that way.
Gained a few pounds.
A dip in the frozen lake behind the prison is part of his regular workout routine.
No problem.
Now for the last video is nothing to do with lockup, but this is the rapper Young Dolph. He passed away. He got gunned down inside of a cookie shop, bakery shop in his hometown just a few days ago. And you know, I've been saying my RIPs, but I've been reading a lot more into stuff that he was saying about, you know, when he dies. You know, a lot of people, famous people, when they pass away, there's a lot of recorded videos and stuff from past interviews about them speaking on death. And a lot of times, if they were speaking on it like right before their death, people would try to put it together and think that they are predicting stuff and stuff like that. I think it's just a horrible turn of events. You know, and nowadays in the rap game, I mean, who knows what kind of beefs they have going on behind the lines. We don't know the rappers like that, right? You would think with all the social media, you would know all the dirt and the beefs going on, but you don't. I can almost guarantee, you know, any rapper out there at any given time has tons of enemies that you would never know about, even if you've been following and been a super fan since the very beginning. You don't know the stresses that goes on the other side of the camera. But anyways, this is a sad one to me, but a good one at the same time, because this man was prepared. You know, I try to tell people all the time, hope for the best, but expect the worst. You know, you can always hope for the best, and it's great to have the best come your way, but when you expect the worst, you're always prepared for it. That's the key to expecting the worst, is being prepared for it. But I read an article that this guy, I think he had 4 or 5 kids. Don't quote me on that. I know he had a few kids, but he would buy a house for his kids every year. Every year he would buy property for his kids so that when he died, his kids have all this property and land. One of our main objectives on Earth is to make sure that our dynasty for our children is better than what we had before. And keep it progressing. Keep progressing on. You know, teach your kids to follow in your footsteps. And the best way to do that is by action. By action and giving them a little head start by getting that dynasty going. Right? You're the parents. That's your role. You're a leader. At least in my eyes, is how it goes. But Young Dolph, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this.
When I die, all this jewelry, these cars, this money is gonna be passed around and swapped through hands and everybody, all my folks, and whatever they do with it. But when I die, like when my kids ask who is their daddy, like I'm still gonna be their daddy. Like that's the only thing that I can literally say is mine when I leave.
That was a beautiful piece, man. All this money's gonna be split up and ripped apart by all kinds of hands and banks. But one thing that will never change is my kids. Damn, man. That shit got me about to tear up, y'all. I ain't even playing, man. I got 4 girls, so this shit's hit me hard for some reason right now.
It's like I'm a loner, bro. I do better and come up with better, and I make money, do a lot. I do everything better, bro, just being by myself. Kind of like a problem. Like, I hate that. Like, bro, why you by yourself? Why you by yourself? Like, I just don't like being with a lot of, I don't like being around a lot of people.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's the kid. It's Dolph.